Even though you can use a truck for different activities, choosing the right truck for the right activity is a big help. And in this video, I'm gonna help you with that. I'm gonna show you the best trucks for each activity in SnowRunner. Okay, starting with logging. For logging, especially for medium and short logs, you have two ways to carry them. You can either overload them or just normally pack them on your truck. If you want to overload, these two vehicles are the best choices. The first one is Aramatsu Forester. The good thing about Aramatsu Forester is you can have the log crane and medium or short logging add-on on this tractor at the same time. It allows you to overload logs very easily. But even if you want to pack the logs normally on this vehicle, this is a great vehicle too. It was designed for logging and logging only. It's really good because it's very stable and it's a very fuel efficient tractor too. The downside of this tractor is it's a bit slow, but overall for medium or short logs, this is a fantastic vehicle. The other one is Kenworth 963. This is the only truck in the game that allows you to have the log crane plus any other logging add-on in the game. Doesn't matter it's short, medium or long. This is another fantastic vehicle for overloading medium and short logs. But again, if you want to normally pack them on the truck, this is a great truck too because it's extremely capable. The performance of this truck in mod is amazing and it's a very stable truck. On top of that, you have a big fuel tank and extra fuel on the roof rack. Now, if you want to normally pack the logs on your truck or attach a trailer to your truck, these are some of the best trucks to use. The first one is Tega 6455B for any type of log, medium, long or short logs. This truck is fantastic. It's fast, it's capable, but it's a bit fuel thirsty, so you have to be a bit careful. The next one is Plat 450. Like Tega, you can use this truck for any type of logs too. This truck again is very stable. Being stable is necessary for carrying logs because logs make your truck a bit tippy. But these trucks are stable enough to get the job done without any problem. Plat 450 is one of the most capable trucks in the game and it has no problem carrying logs at all. And as I've mentioned, it's a very stable truck. Like Tega 6455B, it doesn't have a very big fuel tank, but unlike that truck, it has access to a roof rack with extra fuel. The next truck is Azov 73210, one of the good OG trucks for carrying logs. Good stability, very fuel efficient, and it has access to every single logging add-on in the game. This is a good truck for people who hasn't unlocked the DLC trucks in the game yet. And the last one is Zig 612H, another truck that has access to every single logging add-on. This truck is one of the most capable trucks in the game. The performance of this truck is amazing. And you have everything you need for getting those logs to your destination. Big fuel tank, extra fuel on the roof rack, and great stability. Now for the water transportation or firefighting or whatever you want to call it. Pretty much we have two trucks that give you a unique advantage for this activity. The first one is Dairy Special. This truck has a unique add-on for transporting water. And if you have this add-on on your truck and you attach a trailer to your truck, you attach that water carrier trailer to your truck, you're going to transport the most amount of water you can legit in the game. Obviously, you can attach another trailer to this trailer with your winch or attach another truck to this truck with your winch and things like that. But if you want to do it legit, this is the most amount of water you can carry in the game. So overall, with the Dairy Special and a water carrier trailer, you can carry 4,200 liters of water. That makes Dairy Special very special for transporting water. And Dairy Special is actually a very capable truck too, so it's not a bad choice at all. The other truck is Zig 612H, and as I've mentioned for logging, this truck is just extremely capable. This truck has the best add-on for transporting water. This is the biggest add-on for transporting water, but you cannot attach any trailers to your truck when you have this add-on on Zig 612H. Now, if you want to use any other truck for transporting water, it's absolutely fine. Almost every single truck share the same add-on for transporting water. So if you want a capable truck for transporting water, just use a capable truck. If you need a fast truck, use a fast truck. It doesn't really matter. Just they all share the same add-on. But one thing I want to mention, some of the trucks like Kenworth 963 or Paystar 5600 TS, they have an expanded fuel tank add-on. This expanded fuel tank add-on allows them to carry more fuel. But we don't have the same thing for water. The water tanks just don't have this expanded version, even for the trucks that have a big frame like Kenworth 963. I hope we actually get the expanded water tank too, because it would be really good in my opinion. Now for farming, we only have 4 options, and one of them is just better than the rest. The Futom 7290 Raw. For farming, you don't actually need a very capable tractor, but Futom 7290 Raw is extremely capable. Might be the most capable vehicle in the game. This tractor has a big fuel tank and it has a really good turning radius. And that's pretty much all you need for farming. Out of the 4 tractors we have for farming, the Futom 7290 Raw is the best. Now the special trailers. Those trailers that in some regions you find around the map that have a unique big cargo. The best truck for pulling those trailers by far is Zig 605R. Zig 605R is amazing for pulling those trailers. This truck is actually not that fuel thirsty. You have access to extra fuel, you have a big fuel tank, and it's not even that big. The turning radius of this truck is really good, and this truck is very capable. The performance of this truck is amazing. It goes up any hill or goes through any mud or swamp or anything like that. Although it has one flaw, this truck doesn't have access to chain tires. So on icy roads, you're going to struggle when you're using this truck. Now the next truck is Zig 612H, and unlike Zig 605R, this truck has access to chain tires. But this truck doesn't have very good ground clearance, so sometimes that could be a bit of a problem. This truck is kinda similar to Zig 605R, it's very capable and it does a good job pulling those heavy trailers. If Zig 605R is not available or you're in an icy region, Zig 612H is a good option. The next one is Plaid 450. This truck is capable enough for pulling those heavy trailers, but you have to be careful with your fuel. If it's a long trip, you might run out of fuel. The next one is a gem among the OG trucks, the Colab 74 760. Like, genuinely the performance of this truck is amazing. When it comes to going up a hill, this truck outperforms even the DLC trucks. And it's not even that fuel thirsty. Yes, you don't have access to extra fuel, but you have a big fuel tank. And you have access to active suspension for even more ground clearance. This truck is truly amazing for pulling those heavy trailers in the game. And the last one is Dairy Special. Decent truck for pulling those heavy big trailers. This truck has a very good power to weight ratio. It has access to active suspension and you have access to a lot of fuel. So not a bad option for pulling those trailers. Now, the best trucks for rescue missions. First, we have Cat 745C. You have access to a fuel tank add-on with this truck, and this truck is one of the most capable trucks in the game. Doesn't matter where your truck is stuck, Cat 745C can help it. And also, this truck is very stable too. The next one is Zig 605R. As I've mentioned earlier, Zig 605R is very good for pulling heavy trailers, so pulling a heavy truck is really not that hard for this truck. And with this truck, you have access to a lot of repair parts and extra fuel, so even if the truck that you're pulling needs something, you can give it to it. Next is TUZ 420 Tatarian. Even though it's a scout, it's capable enough for pulling any heavy truck in the game. The performance of this truck is truly amazing, and you can use it to rescue any vehicle in the game. Now, the next one is like, if your truck is stuck in hell, then you need the Futom 7290 raw. So like, even all the trucks that I've mentioned cannot help you and the mod is just too deep, Futom 7290 raw is the answer. This again might be the most capable vehicle in the game, and if you need a vehicle to go through the deepest mod in the game, Futom is the vehicle to choose. Now for the supports and scouts. Since the vehicles for these two activities are similar, I'm gonna mention them all in one category. First, we have the Ford F750. It's a great support vehicle. You can use it for scouting too, but as a support, it's fantastic. It's kinda a capable vehicle and it allows you to have access to so much repair parts and extra fuel. So if any of your trucks around the map need some fuel or repair parts, you can always count on the Ford F750. The next one is Rezvani Hercules, very similar to Ford F750, but with this one you don't have access to as much repair parts and extra fuel. I don't think this vehicle is as capable as Ford F750, but it's not that bad either. It's a good choice if Ford F750 is not available. Next, we have the new Mercer K520, another great support truck. It's actually a very capable truck. With this truck, you have access to a bunch of add-ons, including a maintenance frame add-on. This is a unique add-on for Mercer K520, and it gives you 600 repair parts, 2 spare wheels, and 220 fuel. Also, this truck is capable of rescuing other trucks too. So not only you can refuel and repair them, you can rescue them too. All of those things make Mercer K520 a great support vehicle. Next, we have the Earth Roamer trucks. These two trucks are the best for scouting, and the reason behind it is the unique radar add-on that they have. So if you want to use a vehicle for scouting, the Earth Roamer trucks are the best, but also these two trucks have a service kit with extra fuel and repair parts, so you can use them as a support vehicle too, and that makes these two trucks just extremely useful. Next, we have the TUZ420 Tatterin. It's great for scouting if that region is just really harsh, like if you have to drive through really deep mud all the time, then going for the 420 Tatterin is a good idea. And the last one is Azov Sprinter, very fast and capable truck, and now it has access to a lot of repair parts and extra fuel. In that internal supply storage, it has 350 repair parts, 4 spare wheels, and 200 liters of fuel. Now for overloading, my favorite thing to do in this game. The first one is the big capable Kenworth 963. That yellow crane plus that very wide long bed add-on makes it perfect for overloading cargos. And Kenworth 963 is extremely stable, so doesn't matter how many cargos you put on this truck, you're not going to tip over. And because you have access to a big fuel tank, you can spend so much time just putting the cargo on your truck. You're going to have a lot of fuel left. Next, we have the Zeek 612H. The crane of this truck is at the back of it, and it really helps when you want to hold down the cargo on the bed. Also, Zeek 612H is a very stable truck, and you have access to a lot of fuel. The next one is Azov 73210, the best OG truck for overloading. With this truck, not only you can put cargo on the bed, you can put the cargo on the cab too. And that allows you to carry so many cargoes in one trip with the Azov 73210. Also, Azov 73210 is a very fuel efficient truck, and like the previous trucks, this one is very stable. But unlike the previous trucks, the next one is not as stable as these ones. The Azov Atom is a very good choice for overloading because you're going to have a crane and the long bed add-on on the truck at the same time. The crane, like the Zeek 612H, is at the back of the truck, but unfortunately, unlike the Kenworth 963, this truck doesn't have access to the yellow crane. The blue crane is really not that great for the trucks with the long bed add-on. But the Azov Atom is one of the most fuel efficient trucks in the game. You have access to a very big fuel tank and extra fuel on the roof rack. So it doesn't matter how much time you spend trying to put the cargo on the bed or how much time you spend getting to your destination, you're not going to run out of fuel. And the last one is the International Paystar 5600 TS. I'm just gonna make this one very quick. For overloading, it's actually a very good vehicle. You have access to the yellow crane and the long bed add-on. And it's actually a fast vehicle unlike the previous vehicles in this category. The problem is this truck is very fuel thirsty and it doesn't have access to a big fuel tank. So for short trips, if you want to overload, it's a good option. But for longer trips, I don't recommend it. Now for the last activity, contests. Now, I usually use 2 trucks for contests and I think they are incredibly good for this purpose. The first one is Tega 6436. Use the high range gearbox on this truck, put the gear in high. You're going to get the gold medal for every single contest in the game. It's extremely capable and fast, and it's a very stable truck. You're going to drive through the mud or the snow so fast, getting the gold medal is going to be the easiest thing to do. Now, if for that contest you need to deliver some type of a cargo, I would go for the Azov 5319. Again, do the same thing. Use the high range gearbox, put the gear in high. This truck would fly. And like the Tega 6436, this truck is very capable too. But because this truck can have the crane and the bed on the truck at the same time, I use it for the contests that you need to deliver some type of a cargo. If I don't need to deliver a cargo, I would go for the Tega 6436 because that truck is more nimble and has a better turning radius. So for pretty much every single contest, I use these 2 trucks. I only use Zik 605R if I'm just in a very difficult region and I need to drive through hell. For that, I need a very capable truck and Zik 605R is a good option. And that's it for today's video. I see you in the next one.